You so much. Before I begin, I'd just like to say thank you so much to the RNA, also to the Droughtmaster Society for inviting me to come here and judge today. I'm very humbled and very appreciative to get to be here, and you really had made my day when I got that email come through a few months back. It was a really lovely surprise. Judging females, young Chloe and I were having a bit of a discussion out there on the different things we look at, the different things that we're chasing when we're looking at females. And I said, I like really soft-bodied females, and I feel that I've got 3 really soft-bodied females standing up the front here. I like a little bit of loose skin. I like nice, strong top lines and feminine females. And the heifer I've got up in top, she's a baby of the class. She caught my eye as soon as she walked in, and I've stood by that the whole way through. She's got a lovely little udder placement underneath her. She's got that lovely soft skin, and I really liked her from the get-go. Coming down, I really like this heifer in second place as well. I just feel she's going through a bit of a growth spurt. She's a bit high in that back end for me at the moment, but that's not completely her fault. It's just on the day she's just that little bit high in that back end, but she's got that lovely shape again, that softness through that undercover and that good udder, and that's what put her into this place. Coming down to this heifer on the back end in third, gosh, she was an eye catcher when she first walked into the ring, and the body on this female is sensational. The capacity of her is very impressive. It was probably coming down to the way she handles those back legs that got her put into third place today. It was just a little bit of an issue for me, and as I was looking through them, if I could clean that up, she'd have probably won the class. But thank you so much.
Thanks, Tammy. The next class into the ring is class 197, the Droughtmaster heifer, 12 months and under 14 months. And we have catalogue numbers 453 to 456 parading.
let us take our jackets off.
That's right. That's right. Oh yeah, but you kind of stuff yourself in your bags of stinking one day, don't you? Couldn't keep the
First time I'd ever been
jacket.
when Bondi offered, I wasn't going to say
Say no, that's right. When they get their ribbons, they take the water off, you just hang the jackets up. Things up. Morning, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 197, which is Droughtmaster heifer 12 months and under 14 months. First is catalogue number 454, Glenland's D. Agnes P. D5, exhibited by Paul and Lisa Laycock. Second is catalogue number 453, Wingfield Boadicea 2973 P. D5, exhibited by Shannon Lyons. And third is Nindathana Joy P. D5, exhibited by the Nindathana Pastoral Company. The winner of the class is being sashed by Gerard Rennick, an LNP Senate candidate. And I'll now ask our judge, Tammy Robinson, to comment on the class.
Looking at these females, you've got four very different females to me. This young heifer up on top, she's not the biggest heifer in the class, but the softness of body of this female and the width in her back end and that lovely udder placement, that's what put her up into first today. She's a real eye catcher when she walked out there, and you know, I was particularly taken with her the minute she come out. Moving down to the heifer in second, this is probably the growthiest heifer in the class. She's a lovely bodied female. She's got a bit of heart about her. She's got a lovely udder bottom. I just felt she was probably a little bit over prepared. She was a bit fat for a young female for my liking, and that's what put her into second today. This young heifer in third, I was going backwards and forwards between these two females for third place, and I went with this heifer. She's a real showy type. I just felt she needed a little bit more depth of body through that flank area to base. So thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Which is the Droughtmaster heifer, 14 months to under 16 months, but there are no entries in that class. So we move now to class 199, Droughtmaster heifer, 16 months and under 18 months, and we have catalogue numbers 457, up to 462 per 80.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. Well, I just thought there was just one general test. Well, this is Droughtmaster.
Where's the large shirt?
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the result of class 199, which is Droughtmaster heifer, 16 months and under 18 months, first, catalogue number 462, Glenland's J Wishful PD5, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. Second, catalogue number 459, Sabella Aria P. Heifers are being sashed this morning by Alana Boardman, a land access officer from Santos. So I'll now ask our judge, Tammy Robinson, to comment on the class.
This was a bit of a tough class to judge, and each heifer has her fault. The heifer up here on top, she's up there for her body capacity. The body capacity of this female is sensational. She's also very feminine through that front end. Yes, I think she does have a structural fault in them back legs. She's as long as a bus, and that's also something that's really important to me, and that's what put that heifer up in first place for me today, was the body capacity. Coming down, that it was just that overall over depth of body that got it over this heifer in second place. This heifer in second, she walked out well. Again, good udder. It was just outgunned by that big heifer up above her. Coming down, the heifer in third place. If I could clean up those back legs a little bit, that'd be something I'd like to see changed in that female. But overall, 3 good females.
Is that muted?
Can I get you to scooch back one or two? Sorry. Just getting that first place one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 200, Droughtmaster heifer 18 months to under 20 months. First, catalogue number 465, Yellowwood Molly PD5, exhibited by Yellowwood Droughtmaster Stud. And second, catalogue number 463, RSVP Novelty PD5, exhibited by the Pickering family. And the winners will be sashed here this morning by Colin Boyce, MP, member for Callide. And we'll have our Associate Judge, Chloe Davey, to comment on this class.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judges made her keep the class 105 for about 8 months and 12 months. Today's first place is catalogue number 139, delivered to Matilda, exhibited by Peter and Susan Gray. Second place today is catalogue number 141, Rubber Stone, exhibited by Rubber Brownish. And the third place today is catalogue number 143.
So the heifer I put up in first today, she's a real smooth female. She's got that length of body and she's got a good width between the pins. The heifer I put up in second, it was probably just her strength of spine that put her down, but again, another smooth female. The heifer I put up in third today, it probably was just her correctness that put her down against the two heifers above her. Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the judging of the Junior Champion Droughtmaster heifer for 2018, and we'll have catalogue numbers 440, 454, 462 and 460.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. Just as long as I don't need to do anything now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the junior champion Droughtmaster heifer for 2018 is catalogue number 454, Glenland's D. Agnes P. D5, exhibited by Paul and Lisa Laycock, and the reserve junior champion is catalogue number 440, which is RSVP Neve P. D5, exhibited by Kenview Droughtmasters and RSVP Droughtmasters. And the heifers are being sashed here this morning by Gail Ward from the Dromaden Ridge Droughtmasters at Maryborough, and the champion also receives a trophy donated by the Droughtmaster Society. And I'll now ask our judge Tammy Robinson to comment on these two heifers.
You know, I look at this class of 5 females and I think I've got 5 really good females out there. So there's a few different types of females standing in front of me as well. And it's come down to a personal preference. I think I love this little female. Chloe and I were having a discussion out there, and Chloe was saying to me that she thought maybe this heifer in the future may not be the biggest cow. And I said, you're right, she probably won't be a massive cow. But on the day today, she's a heifer that I really has taken my eye today, and I really like. I really just love the softness of this female. You know, the softness of skin and that depth through the flank, and she's still a feminine female up front, and that's what put her up into the older female. And I just like the body of this heifer again. It's, you know, that's that softness of body, and it was come down to structure. I think this heifer's a little bit more structurally sound to the other heifer that I was looking.
And 473. And 4 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 71 square centimetres. 467, weighs 353 kgs with a daily gain of 1.35 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 9 and 6 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 74 square centimetres. Catalogue number 468, weighs 443 kgs with an average daily gain of 1.51 kilos, with an average daily gain of 1.09 kilos. P8 and rib fat measurements of 5 and 4 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 70 square centimetres. Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 201 Droughtmaster Bull, 8 months and under 12 months. First, catalogue number 468, Yellowwood Nitro, exhibited by Yellowwood Droughtmaster Stud. Second is catalogue Johnny Walker, exhibited by Christopher Tanner. Our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on the class.
A class of 4 bulls, young bulls at that. What I'm looking for when I'm looking at bulls is I'm wanting masculinity, I'm wanting length, width and depth, and I'm wanting good bone and good body, basically. I look at this calf and he's a standout calf in this class. The weight for age, the top line, the masculinity through the front. Yeah, he's got a bit of extra sheath on him, but I don't think it's extravagantly bad, but it's probably a bit heavier than what we probably like. But he's got that width in that back end, and he's an all-round good calf. Coming down, we're moving down, these little fellas probably don't have the preparation of that calf that's just walked out. This young bull, he's got some appeal. He walks out well. He's got that plenty of width through that top line and right through that back end, and that's what's put him into second place today over body for a third place ribbon. So congratulations.
Thanks, Tammy. We have now class 202, which is the Droughtmaster Bull, 12 months under 14 months, and catalogue number 475 parading. 6 and 5 millimetres and an eye muscle area of 116 square centimetres. After the completion of the judging of the junior bulls, we'll break briefly for morning tea for our judges and stewards. So exhibitors, please note there will be a short break at that time, and there'll also be an announcement concerning the Droughtmaster Society. The Society would also like to acknowledge their appreciation for the trophy sponsors, and in the Junior Champion Droughtmaster Heifer, that was G&G Ward from the Jomadon Ridge Droughtmasters, and the Reserve Champion sponsored by High Country Droughtmasters and Paul and Lisa Laycock. The Junior Champion is also Seymour Droughtmasters, and our Associate Judge Chloe Davey will now comment on the bull.
Length of body. He's got good muscle.
Weighs 612 kilos with an average daily gain of 1.34 kilos, P8 and rib measurements of 16 and 9 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 113 square centimetres.
Yep, there's just been something happen with my tripod here. Yep. Yep, just inside the red. Yeah.
Yeah, we're after you should be.
was there.
Three, Droughtmaster Bull, 14 months and under 16 months, is catalogue number 477, Glenlands D. Waco, exhibited by Glenlands Droughtmasters, and our Associate Judge Chloe Davey will now comment on the class.
The bull we put up in first, he's got good width across the hind quarter, he's got a good sheath, he's got good testicle development, he's got a good strong top line and stands on good bone. He really deserves the ribbon. Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe.
It was fine, and now it's
Is the Droughtmaster Bull, 16 months and under 18 months. We have catalogue number 478A parading, and catalogue number 400.
They knew about it.
Months is catalogue number 478 RSVP Nevada, exhibited by the Pickering family.
A house of meat. He's not going to be a massive bull. By no means is he going to grow up and be big and tall, but the capacity of meat that this bull has produced already as a junior calf is impressive. You know, that back end on him, that strong top line, he's clean through the sheath, and I think he's real worthy of that first ribbon in this class. Taking nothing away from the bull that was in second place. He's probably, I'd like to see him a bit structurally, fix him up a bit structurally, but you know, he's good skinned calf, he's good top line, and worthy of his second ribbon.
We'll now have Class 205, which is Droughtmaster Bull, 18 months. ...650 kgs with a daily gain of 1.1 kgs with a daily gain 808 kgs with a daily gain of 1.32 kilos and P8 and rib fat. Wishes to acknowledge their appreciation of Aycock from High Country Droughtmasters at High Country Droughtmasters. And the Droughtmaster Society is most appreciative of their support.
How are you, though? That's the way. Going well, mate. Going well. Sort of catch up, you know how it is.
I do know how it is.
Takes a while to sort of get on the ground and there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Class 205, the Droughtmaster Bull, 18 months and under 20 months. First, catalogue number 481, Glenland's J Weapon, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. And second, catalogue number 479, Sabella Lander, exhibited by Shannon Lyons.
The bull I've got up in top, for me, standout winner. He's got that really strong top line, clean sheath. He's got that really good shaped hindquarter and that beautiful smooth skin, and I just think that he's very worthy of that first ribbon. The strength over those shoulders and the strength over that top line really helped put this bull up into first over the bull in second. Bull in second, he's growing. He's in a young, the bull about the same age, but he's in a sort of a bit of a growth stage of where he's at today, and that's what's sort of, he's just not looking as clean and sort of probably show prepped as the bull above him. Young bull down in third. It was probably just lacking a little bit of length for me. I like my bulls to have a bit of length because length's meat and meat's money in my world. So if I'm picking bulls to breed with, I'm chasing bulls with that little bit of extra length, and that's what's put those two bulls over him in third. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Tammy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the judging of the Junior Champion Droughtmaster Bull for 2018. We'll have catalogue numbers 468, 475, 477, 478 and 481 parading. And with the judging of the Reserve Champion Bull, with the second place getters in these various classes, please stand by in case you're required for the judging of the Reserve Junior Champion Bull. Thank you. Reserve Junior Champion will be sashed by two of our Miss Showgirl entrants, Stacey Saunders from Nanango and Josie Laird from Gympie.
What's that, mate? You got a picture here? Yeah, absolutely.
481, Glenland's J Whippen, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters, and the reserve champion is catalogue number 468, Yellowwood Nitro, exhibited by Yellowwood Droughtmaster Stud. And our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on these bulls.
Thank you very much. This bull, the minute he walked in the ring, is my type. Paint him black, and we'd be more on the money for me. A lot of time for him. I think he's a clear winner for me in this class as the champion. Coming down to reserve, I was going backwards and forwards between those other bulls down the back there, and I sort of had it ruled down to two bulls, and I started looking into these bulls, and it come down to testicular development. I feel that the bull that I put into reserve has a better reproduction sort of area in that in the testes, and that's what's put him into reserve over the other bull that I had picked out down the back. Again, another lovely smooth coated calf, that good strong top line, and I wish them all the best, and congratulations to all. I think they're all worthy of ribbons out here today.
Thank you, Tammy, and we'll now break for around about 10 minutes for morning tea for the judge and stewards. And if Councillor Ian Galloway is nearby, Ian, I believe you've got an announcement to make.
You had some water? That should be hot. It says
very astute Droughtmaster breeders, and the book is entitled Cattlemen in Pearls, and we've profiled 28 women in the cattle industry today, and we'd like to present both of these wonderful women a book, and there are books for sale over against the stand over there near the Suncorp building. But really, this book is all about, I believe that cattleman doesn't have a gender, and the women that we have in the cattle industry, the beef industry in agriculture are very much an integral part of our industry and are just backbones of our whole country. And it gives me great pleasure to present Alison Atkinson and Jenny Underwood the book, which they've well profiled.
Bit more, man, they did this.
the females, and the 485 has been withdrawn.
Ladies and gentlemen, just some information about the first time in the 4-year class of 172 follow-up number 105 with a current rate of 622 kilos, average days down to 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the senior Droughtmaster females received trophies from sponsors. The senior champion Droughtmaster cow receives a trophy donated by True Valley Droughtmasters and Margaret Wilson. And the reserve champion receives a trophy donated by Paul and Lisa Laycock from High Country Droughtmasters. And the Droughtmaster Society is most appreciative of that sponsorship. Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 206, Droughtmaster heifer 20 months and under 22 months. First, catalogue number 482, Sylvan Springs Midori, exhibited by the Pickering family. Second, catalogue number 484, Conlara 17121, exhibited by St Joseph's Nudgee College. And third, catalogue number 486, Seymour Sophia, exhibited by Seymour Droughtmasters. I'll now ask our judge, Tammy Robinson, to comment on these heifers.
Thank you. Looking at these females, this female that come out in front here, she's really my type. She's got those beautiful angles, she's lovely and feminine through that front end, and she's got that lovely shaped back end and, you know, within that pelvis. We were looking at udders. I was talking to Chloe about udder types, and this heifer is 19 weeks pregnant, so her udder's changing and it's adjusting, and yeah, it's probably slightly fatty, but that can be hormonal, not just feed. So the heifer, she's just adjusting and changing, and I think for me, she was my winner today. She's my body type, definitely, when I'm looking at females. Coming back to the heifer in second, I really like this heifer as well. The length of the heifer that I had up in first is probably what's pipped her at the post, and just style. Like, you know, if I'm picking females for my paddock, the heifer I had in first is my heifer. This heifer, she's got that lovely udder development and going well. Taking nothing away from for the young heifer that missed out on a ribbon. She's just been pretty much outgunned by different types of females.
Thanks, Tammy. The next class is Droughtmaster heifer, 22 months and under 24 months, and we have catalogue numbers 487 to 4. 4 months. First, catalogue number 489, Nindathana Ekka, exhibited by Nindathana Pastoral Proprietary Limited. Second, catalogue number 487, Golden Girl, exhibited by Paul and Lisa Laycock. And third is catalogue number 490, Mount Brisbane Ida, exhibited by the Toogoolawah State High School. I'll now ask our judge, Tammy Robinson, to comment on these heifers.
Thank you. This was a really hard class for me because I've got a little pet hate, and I hate fat females. Okay? Sorry, I know I'm not, svelte, but I'm just talking about my heifers. So, when I went through this class, I've been going backwards and forwards, looking at these females, and the heifer I've got up on top, she's spot on in show prep for me. She's got, I really like the heifer in second, but I think she's overdone. And I have an issue with cows that are calving out for the first time that are fat. You can and will roll them over by being too heavy, and it really, really scares me to think about. So when we're looking at our best females, I need to look at them in a way that shows me that they're going to be functional, that I take them home and I can put that heifer in the paddock and I know she can calve. So I love the length of this female, and she's feminine and she's clean and tidy, and I think she's worthy of this first ribbon today. So, it's lovely clean navel, and I've given her the first over this heifer. I really love this heifer, but I think she's overdone. She's a lovely feminine fronted heifer. If she was 50 to 100 kilos lighter, I'd probably have her first in this class, because she's got a beautiful body. She's a lovely type, but I just think she's overdone for me, personally. I come down, and that's where this little young heifer's come into third place for me. She's not the biggest heifer, she's by far not the most show conditioned heifer, but she's a lovely type. She's got a lovely top line, and she's clean and tidy, and I know if I put that cow out in the paddock, she's going to calve for me. So that's sort of my definitions on why I've done what I've done in this class.
We now have class 209 in the ring. That's Droughtmaster cow, 30 months and under 48 months. And we'll have catalogue numbers 493, 94, 95, 97, 98 and 500. Please note that catalogue numbers 496, 499 and 501 have been withdrawn. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, the Droughtmaster trophy sponsors for the senior champion Droughtmaster cow and the reserve champion. Firstly, the senior champion True Valley Droughtmasters and Margaret Wilson, and the reserve champion Paul and Lisa Laycock from High Country Droughtmasters. And the Droughtmaster Society is most appreciative of the sponsorship of these exhibitors.
Yes.
I just business chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 209, Droughtmaster cow 30 months and under 48 months. First, catalogue number 493, Glenland's D Vogue, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. Second, catalogue number 498, Mount Brisbane Heidi, exhibited by the Toogoolawah State High School. And third, catalogue number 497, Maunsell Park Holly Dolly, exhibited by Christopher Turner. Our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on these cows.
That's probably the hardest class I've judged out here today for me personally. I went backwards and forwards looking at these females and what's important to me when I'm looking at females. This heifer here, she's probably very refined. You know, you can tell that she's sort of, that's her first calf. She's only a young cow. But you know, the powerhouse of milk and that she has, and that wedgie shape of her, and that a massive bull calf on her. Like, I had to put her first for me today, and like for a cow with a calf that big to be producing that type of milk, you know, I think she's worthy of the first. I come down to the heifer in second place. Not the showiest cow you'll ever see, but functional as almighty. That udder, give me that udder every day of the week, and I'd be a happy woman. If every cow had an udder like that, we'd be really lucky. She's doing a great job on that calf. She's not overdone. She's a lovely, functional little cow. She's like, you know, she's not a big showy presentation cow, but when you really start looking at her, you can really see that she's got that beautiful type about her, and I think she really is worthy of being second in this class today. I come down to this heifer in third place. I really like this heifer again. It was just that overall capacity through those females that put her into third. Again, lovely udder. The udders were what I was looking at today, and you know, I was going over them and looking at the body types. And there's another beautiful heifer down the back here. I felt I wanted to mention her that her body's great, but I thought she had a few structural issues in those back legs, and that's what's made me keep her down there today, and go with a couple of other cows. So congratulations.
Thanks, Tammy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the judging of the Senior Champion Droughtmaster cow or heifer for 2018, and we'll have catalogue numbers 482, 489 and 493 to parade. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Senior Champion Droughtmaster cow receives a trophy donated by Chew Valley Droughtmasters and Margaret Wilson, and the Reserve Champion receives a trophy donated by Paul and Lisa Laycock of High Country Droughtmasters. The Droughtmaster Society is most appreciative of the support of those sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judge has made a decision in class 115, 21 and 24 months. Today is the catalogue number 173. Lindsay European is exhibited by John. In second place today we have catalogue number 175, Utica Next Case, exhibited by Utica Next Stud. In third place today we have catalogue number 174.
What do you reckon?
You're on now. It's alright, I'll just show him his trophy. Just wait.
We will move on to class 116, which is the single entry catalogue number 46.
Ladies and gentlemen, the senior champion Droughtmaster cow or heifer for 2018 is catalogue number 493, Glenland's D Vogue, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters, and the reserve champion is catalogue number 482, Sylvan Springs Midori 1000, exhibited by the Pickering family. Our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on these cows.
When you see a little cow like this doing a job like that on that calf, I kind of had to go with her as senior champion. You know, I really admire this heifer, and I can't wait to see this heifer with a calf on her. But this cow, I've awarded it to her just due to the milk factor, the size of that potty, and the overall functionality of that female. And like I said, she's a young female. She'll come back out here in 12 months' time and have another calf on her and be looking smashing. So coming down to this heifer in reserve, I really admire this female. I liked her when she first came in, and I still like her now. You know, put a calf on her, and she's going to be a cow to beat, I think, in the next 12 months. So congratulations to all.
Thanks, Tammy. The senior champion cow was sashed by Margaret Wilson from True Valley Droughtmasters, and the reserve champion by Paul Laycock from High Country Droughtmasters. We move to the judging of the Grand Champion Droughtmaster cow or heifer for 2018, and we'll have catalogue numbers 454 and 493 parading. If there's a representative of elders nearby, would they please report to the Droughtmaster Ladies and gentlemen, the grand champion Droughtmaster cow or heifer for 2018 is catalogue number 493, Glenland's D Vogue, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. The cow receives a trophy donated to the Telemon Droughtmasters, great stalwarts of the breed, and represented here by Jack Stewart War today, and he will present that trophy and sash the cow. I'll now ask our judge, Tammy Robinson, to comment on the cow.
I went backwards and forwards, and the baby heifer down the back, I think she's a sensational young female, and coming through the ranks in the next 12 to 18 months, I think that she'll be standing up here getting the red, white and blue instead of this young cow. This little cow, she's not the biggest cow in the world, but you know, I think that she's functional, and I really admire her top line and length, and it was that length of body that made me put her up over the little heifer at the back. I just admire her length and width, and I think that that the job she's doing on that calf is pretty amazing, and I congratulate the owners of these cattle very much. They're worthy of their ribbons.
Thank you, Tammy. Also, as I mentioned earlier, the grand champion cow receives the Elders Shield of Excellence, which is donated every year by elders, and the RNA is most appreciative of that ongoing support throughout every breed. The Elder Shield is being presented here this morning by Robert Murray from Elders Studstock Rockhampton. Ladies and gentlemen, we move now to the judging of the senior Droughtmaster bulls, beginning with class 210, the Droughtmaster bull 20 months and under 22 months. And we should have catalogue numbers 502 to 506 and 509 parading. Catalogue numbers 507 and 508 have been withdrawn. Catalogue number 502 weighs 912 kgs with a daily gain of 1.45 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 12 and 10 millimetres, an eye muscle area of 138 square centimetres. Catalogue number 503 weighs 710 kgs with a daily gain of 1.11 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 9 and 8 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 122 square centimetres. Catalogue number 504 weighs 824 kgs with a daily gain of 1.28 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 19 and 11 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 121 square centimetres. Catalogue number 505 weighs 866 kgs with a daily gain of 1.32, rib or P8 and rib fat measurements of 17 and 10 millimetres, eye muscle area of 126 square centimetres. Catalogue number 506 weighs 800 kgs with a daily gain of 1.21 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 11 and 7 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 134 square centimetres. And catalogue number 509 weighs 850 kgs with a daily gain of 1.26 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 15 and 9 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 132 square centimetres. Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 210, which is the Droughtmaster Bull 20 months and under 22 months, catalogue number 5, first catalogue number 505, High Country Game On, exhibited by Paul and Lisa Laycock. Second, catalogue number 502, Glenlands D Whiskey, exhibited by Glenlands Droughtmasters. And third, catalogue number 504, RSVP Mac, exhibited by the Pickering family. Our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on these bulls.
Thank you. I was looking at these three bulls were the standout to me in this class, so I kept coming back to these three over and over again. I just had to work out what I was going to do. I've gone with this bull up on top today due to reproduction system area. He's lovely and clean through that sheath, and his testicles are really well shaped and formed, and that's what's put him up over the bull in second is that good reproduction, sounds reproduction, and he's got a ton of meat in him. He's got that strong top line. He's a different type of bull to what I normally like, but he's a very good calf, and I think he's worthy of his first ribbon. Coming down the line, this bull I've got in second, he's functional. The bull can move, he can walk out, and I can really admire that in this calf. He's a later maturing bull. 12 months time he will be a mountain of meat, and he will be very impressive. It's just I feel at the moment he's all legs. He's going to fill out. He will come down, and in 12 months time this bull will be a powerhouse. The bull I've got in third, absolute capacity of meat. I love the meat in this calf. He caught my eye when he first walked into the ring. He's got that lovely loose skin. He's good over that top line. He's probably just slightly weak in behind those shoulders, and his testicles are slightly twisted, and that's what's put him down the line. If I could fix those two things, that calf would 100% be at the top of this class. And I congratulate everyone on their ribbons today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move now to Class 211, which is a Droughtmaster Bull 22 months and under 24, with catalogue numbers 510 to 514 parading. Weighs 796 kgs with a daily gain of 1.14 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 12 and 8 millimetres, an eye muscle area of 122 square centimetres. Catalogue number 511 weighs 706 kgs with a daily gain of 1.01 kilograms, rib and P8 measurements of 20 and 12 millimetres, an eye muscle area of 110 square centimetres. Catalogue number 512 weighs 666 kgs with a daily gain of 0.094 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 11 and 7 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 122 square centimetres. Catalogue number 513 weighs 818 kgs with a daily gain of 1.15 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 11 and 7 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 128 square centimetres. And catalogue number 514 weighs 824 kgs with a daily gain of 1.13, P8 and rib fat measurements of 16 and 11 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 124 square centimetres. parading. Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 212, which is the Droughtmaster Bull, 24 months and under 27. First, catalogue number 515, Carnage Gorgeous George, exhibited by Greg and Linda Nugent. And second, catalogue number 516, Merlin LSL 1675, exhibited by Timothy Lloyd. Our Associate Judge, Chloe Davey, will now comment on these bulls.
No, let me go fiddle with teams because I haven't had a chance to do the work on it.
The bull we put up in first day, he has that real sire appeal. He's got that good length of body.
Droughtmaster Bull, 27 months and under 30, with catalogue number 517 parading. This bull weighs 1,014 kilos with a daily gain of 1.15 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 27 and 17 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 133 square centimetres.
I'm Sam from the Droughtmaster office. Hello, nice to meet you. We speak often enough. Hey, I mentioned to you earlier. Yeah. I haven't heard Natalie. I emailed her a couple of times.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Class 213, which is the Droughtmaster Bull 27 months and under 30, catalogue number 517, Sylvan Springs Mustang 964, exhibited by the Pickering family. And our judge Tammy Robinson will comment on the bull.
It's a real shame this bull has no competition. The meat and capacity in this calf is phenomenal. He's a good masculine-headed calf. He carry, you know, for a bull that's over 1,000 kilos, he carries himself really well. Yeah, he's got a fair bit of skin, but that softness, he's probably, you know, bordering on too much skin. But at the same time, you know, that the softness in him, he's an easy-doing bull, and I don't think you'd ever got to worry about him getting too poor. I think he'll hold together quite well, and he's got that good, strong top line. I think he's worthy of his first ribbon.
Thanks, Tammy. This class being paraded at the moment is 214, which is the Droughtmaster Bull 30 months and under 42. And we have catalogue number 518 in the ring. This bull weighs 1,192 kgs with a daily gain of 1.13 kilos, P8 and rib fat measurements of 24 and 18 millimetres, and an eye muscle area of 141 square centimetres. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Class 214, the Droughtmaster Bull 30 months and under 42, is catalogue number 518, Glenland's J Velocity, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters, and our judge Tammy Robinson will now comment on the bull.
Well, what a powerhouse of meat. 1,192 kilograms of bull. He's big, he's siry, he demands your attention, and he's got a top line that you could sleep on. He's as long as a bus. He carries that meat right through his whole body, and I think he's a very worthy calf of that first ribbon. It's a real shame he's got no competition.
We now move to the judging of the senior champion Droughtmaster Bull for 2018. We'll have catalogue numbers 505, 514, 515, 517 and 518 in the ring, and the Droughtmasters. And I believe that Bevan Camels will be presenting that trophy. The reserve champion receives a trophy donated by Paul and Lisa Laycock from High Country Droughtmasters. And the Droughtmaster Society is most appreciative of the support of these trophy donors. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior champion Droughtmaster Bull for 2018 is catalogue number 518, Glenland's J Velocity, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters, and the reserve champion is catalogue number 515, Carnage Gorgeous George, exhibited by Greg and Linda Nugent. Our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on these bulls.
A lot of meat and muscle, and he's masculine to boot. He's clean through that sheath, and I think he's 100% worthy of that champion ribbon. Reserve could have gone anyway back there, but as I stood and looked at these calves, it come down to a preference of type. And this calf, he probably isn't shown off quite like a couple of the other bulls down the back, but the longer I stood there and looked at him, the length of this bull, he's clean through, he's got good testes, he's good shaped testes, and that's what's put him into reserve over another bull at the back there. Clean in that sheath, and the growth in that bull is phenomenal, and I think that he's very worthy of that reserve ribbon. And taking nothing away from the bulls that stand back here, they're all wonderful bulls, and any people sitting on the sidelines could buy one of them and breed stud bulls with them easily. So congratulations.
Senior champion Droughtmaster Bull receives the Norma Camels Memorial Trophy, donated by Gisandra Droughtmasters and presented here today by Bevan Camels. And the reserve senior champion receives a trophy donated by Paul and Lisa Laycock from High Country Drought Support of the Droughtmasters. We move now to the judging of the Grand Champion Droughtmaster Bull with catalogue numbers 481 and 518 to parade. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Champion Droughtmaster Bull for 2018 is catalogue number 518, Glenland's J Velocity, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. And he receives the Elders Shield of Excellence, sponsored by Elders Limited, presented here today by Robert Murray from Elders Studstock Rockhampton. And the bull's being sashed today by on behalf of Bob Baker at Wonderborough, and that's the Betty Baker Memorial Trophy. And our judge Tammy Robinson will now comment on this bull.
As I look at the young bull and the older bull, I went backwards and forwards, and the older bull's a powerhouse. He deserves that Grand Champion ribbon. I really love the function, the ability to move. I think that's really important when we're breeding bulls, is the ability to walk and move. And a bull at 1,190 kilos and able to move as freely as he does is really admirable. And I think, 100% I support that movement of having bulls that can walk, and it's really, really vital as bull breeders for commercial operations that we're able to do that and breed bulls that walk and function really well. And I congratulate the owners of this bull. He's a very impressive calf, and I hope he does well tomorrow.
Thank you, Tammy.
Lloyd family, yeah, my team.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Class 215, the Droughtmaster pair of bulls, is catalogue number 519A, the Haitiki Droughtmaster stud, owned by the Lloyd family. I'll now ask our Associate Judge, Chloe Davey, to comment on these bulls.
Good pair of bulls here today. They both have good, strong top lines. They've got good top.
So your room's okay, isn't it? And we've got you an extra night. Yeah.
Thanks, Chloe.
Excellent.
The next class into the ring is Class 200. We understand we've got catalogue numbers 520 to 525 parading.
Yeah. Yeah, we got ours last Tuesday. They were sent 2 Fridays ago, I think. Ours only arrived last Tuesday. There are some floating around somewhere here. My laptop's flat.
Second place today, number 1. Sale.
I'll have a look at that. I'll see what's happened. Obviously just an oversight on getting somewhere, but I will fix that. So you should. I'll put them out regularly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Breeders Group receives a trophy donated by Nindafana Droughtmasters, and that's the Professor John and Hazel Francis Memorial Trophy, and that will be presented here today by Michael Hawkins. And Ladies and gentlemen, the result of Class 216, the Droughtmaster Breeders Group. First, catalogue number 522, exhibited by Glenland's Droughtmasters. Second, catalogue number 525, exhibited by the Pickering family. And third, catalogue number 523, exhibited by Nindathana Pastoral Proprietary Limited. And our judge, Tammy Robinson, will now comment on these classes.
That's some impressive groups of Droughtmaster cattle, and could everyone just give that an applause, because I think there was some really great cattle out here in this ring today. As I went through them, I couldn't go past this team I've got in first. It's uniform. When I'm looking at breeders groups, I'm looking at uniformity, and I'm looking at being able to see what that producer's trying to do. And when I look at this first team, I see growth, I see length, I see depth and width. I see a team of 3 animals that are very impressive, and I think they're very worthy of that first. I come down into second, and I've got a team of, I can see that's meat packed, meat and muscle. That's what these guys are breeding. They're not going for the biggest cattle in the world as in height, but they're breeding capacity, and I can see that in this team of 3, and I admire that, because meat in a commercial up front, and 2 heifers that are very similar, and I can really see where that breeder's trying to go with them. And I really admire all teams here, and I congratulate you all. They all look really, really great out there.
Progeny Stakes Group, and we have it comprising 3 animals, both sexes to be represented, all the progeny of one sire or dam, but not necessarily owned by the exhibitor. All animals must have been entered in the general classes. So we have catalogue numbers 526 and 527 to parade. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the judge has made the decision in judging the senior 22 today, and it goes to catalogue number 189. The 9 station here, and exhibited by the reserve senior champion today goes to catalogue number 196. Ladies and gentlemen, I do receive the association.
number 527, exhibited by Seymour Droughtmasters. I'll hand the microphone over to Mr. Neil Donaldson to say a few words before he makes the presentation, and I'm sure that Tammy Robinson will want to comment on the class as well.
Thanks, Bill. Look, I just wanted to make sure that everyone is aware that this is a new trophy this year. It's the John Boydell Memorial Trophy. John was my predecessor at the society there for more than 20 years, and unfortunately he passed away about 12 or 18 months ago, and so the society, or the board at the time, decided to implement this trophy as a perpetual trophy in recognition of John's contribution to the breed. So it gives me great pleasure to present this trophy on behalf of his family, who unfortunately weren't able to be here today. But congratulations to the winners, and we're really privileged that we can make this award. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is some information about the Grand Champion Bull Judging.
I look at these, as I said earlier, I put these guys up in breeders group in third place, and you can really see what this sire's done for this breeder, and there's a true line and a true uniformity in this team, and that's why they're in first place. Taking nothing away from the guys in second, just it's just very uniformed, and that's why they're up there in that first place. And congratulations guys. Before I hand this back over, and I just want to say a very, very big thank you to the Droughtmaster Society and to the RNA for having me here. Chloe and I have had a really great day. We've enjoyed each other's company, and I hope that everyone here has had a great day as well. And I thank you all very much for your time and for being here.
Well, Tammy, before you go, and Chloe, you ladies have done a great job today. The Droughtmaster breed did decide this year that it would be our year of the females this year, and we've been promoting the Droughtmaster females and diamonds in the dust, as we've called them, and so it was great to have two young ladies at the RNA judging the Droughtmasters, and we're really chuffed that we've selected such competent judges as well. And Chloe, you're going to go ahead and leaps and bounds, I'm sure, and one day you'll be able to take on Tammy's job in the main job. So congratulations to you both, and I'll ask our President Paul Laycock to present some tokens of our appreciation, and we put your hands together and thank the judge and associate. We thank all the spectators very sincerely for coming along. Obviously it's not much of a show without spectators, so we do appreciate your support, and a big thank you to all the exhibitors and the stud grooms, the ones who went up since 3:30 or 4 o'clock this morning washing animals and getting prepared. Also a big thank you to our stewards. The RNA again supplied a good team for us to operate with, and we thank them for their support and assistance in getting our judging through today. So on behalf of the breed, thank you very much one and all, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. Just remind members there is our AGM at 2:30 today up in the Ernest Baines room under the grandstand behind us. So thank you one and all, and safe travel home.
Thanks, Neil. And on behalf of the RNA, I'd like to thank all spectators for their attendance here today. Particularly like to thank all the exhibitors for the way in which they've marshalled their cattle. Everything has run very smoothly, and that is a great credit to what you're doing at the back of the judging ring. I'd like to congratulate the judges, Tammy Robinson, on her enthusiastic and informative commentary and her decisive selections. Tammy, we very much appreciate your attendance here today as well, and I'd particularly like to thank Tammy for her encouragement of Chloe, because that's the only way that judges come on and get experience is through the active encouragement of senior judges. I'd like to thank also the stewards for all the work that they put in here.